Well, hello, and thank you for joining us today. The fifth and final reason, I believe, for why it has got so bad in our nation is because of woke cancel culture. Arising from what we used to call political correctness, wokeness has become the dominant ideology in the West over the past 10 plus years. Now, woke is defined as being awake to the systemic racism and pervasive injustice in a given society, and is seeped into every facet of our public and private lives. Built on the back of Marxism, it trains its guns on majority groups, seeing them as oppressors of minorities. They consider majority groups wield power over minority groups, fostering systemic injustice, and that this is baked into the nature of society. In their view, straight people oppress sexual minorities. Able-bodied oppress the disabled. Whites oppress racial minorities. Wealthy the poor. Parents their children. And life, in fact, becomes an exercise in victimhood, of unending blame and identity politics. It teaches us to claim victim status rather than seek to be all that we can be in God, no matter how tough life has been for us thus far. No more heroes anymore. We are encouraged to focus on poor me and to never own up to our own failures and shortcomings, which are not our fault in any case. So they believe. The Bible's clear. We are all sinners who rebel against God. Yet simply being a straight white male, think toxic masculinity, is seen as hostility by many in our culture, regardless of one's belief or character. Martin Luther King's dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the colour of their skin, but by the content of their character, simply doesn't cut it today in this woke culture. Voting for a conservative Republican means you support fascism itself. If you don't have the right views, then you are the one who may destabilise society, and so you must lose your voice and your rights, which sounds like totalitarianism to me. All this has a chilling effect on free speech, with people finding themselves banned from Twitter, Facebook, and others, losing their jobs for not using the preferred pronouns of transgender students, and subject to the most horrendous abuse online, merely for having another viewpoint. This is where we are at in the West today. As a society, we are far from God and from keeping His word, the Bible. As Colossians chapter 3 verse 7 to 8 says, "You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must rid yourselves of all such things." Next time we will begin to look at what God's plans are for us, what His design is for men and women, and how it is vastly different from the ways of the world which lead only to death. May God bless you.